This podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only, and does not constitute professional advice. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the speakers.
On the Spectrum, our podcast where we put a positive spin on life on the spectrum, finding your village and navigating neurodiversity. We aren't experts, but we're in it together.
So this week we want to chat all things Christmas.
Yep.
So I know for our family, the change in routine, being really busy, it can be unsettling and a little bit daunting when life is usually lived in a fairly, not strict routine, but a routine as such. And obviously the days are shorter and the nights are longer and all that sort of stuff, sort of getting up in the dark, going to bed in the dark, very different from the summer. It definitely affects our family 100%. How about you?
Yep. The routine, I think, goes out the window with the school, obviously, with my daughter. And they like to do all their Christmassy pantos, fetes and stuff like that, which is great to go and be a part of and see her in that environment. I love it. It's just having to factor in the extra time. And I don't take my son to things like that because I just feel that one is a live wire and he'd be running around and I want to focus on her.
Yeah.
So I do have to rely on family to help with events like that. And it also gives her a bit of one-on-one parent time with me.
And that's so important.
It is. So it's nice at this time of year to be able to go to stuff like that, and she enjoys it. She loves it. Like, she was standing up singing in front of the whole fete and stuff like that, which is a massive thing. I couldn't do it.
Absolutely.
She loves it, whereas I am a bit daunted, feeling a bit about my son not going off nursery. I think that might have a wee bit of a knock-on effect at home. Sleep will be more, it's affected at the minute, but it'll be a wee bit worse.
Yep, I know how you feel.
And probably trying to get her to bed as well, because I have no bribe over you need to get up for school.
Yeah, and also I find if they've not had enough stimulation in the day, they just, or too much, sort of, it can go either way. Because we definitely, my eldest didn't go to sleep till nearly 10 o'clock last night, and then she was up at 2:30. And normally she's like at 7 o'clock on the dot bedder because she's exhausted because she hasn't slept through the night. But I know yesterday at school, and she is in a specialist setting, it was a Christmas party day, and they were dancing and they had all sorts of food and all kinds of things. And it was, it was really lovely for her. And obviously she came home absolutely buzzing. And that's sort of probably what kept her up. And I think you just got to go with the flow, because it is only once a year, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you do just sort of think, and they're only little once. And I think something to remember as well, because it is hard when we've got children that aren't fully involved and they don't pay a huge amount of attention, that this is our parenthood as well. So all those memories that they may not be picking up on, but we are taking them in. And I think it's really important to remember that, because it's so easy to be disappointed that they're not super excited for Santa, or they just don't understand as well. So I think it's really important to remember that we need to enjoy it as well, because it's memories that we will always have, whether they do or not.
Yeah, I felt a bit like that with the nursery with the stay and play. And he just had no interest. Like, the other kids were excited about making the reindeer food and cards and all arts and crafts stuff, and he was just chucking it all over the floor and running from one station to the next, and I'm running about trying to catch him, and I was overwhelmed, and I left, and I thought, why did I do that? And seeing the other kids where they were getting lovely interactions with their parents, and they were getting lots of memories made. And then once I sat back and I thought about it, and I was like, do you know what? We had every right to be here.
Absolutely.
And although he didn't particularly he was running about laughing and having a ball. It was me that was getting myself uptight, and even the staff were like, he's fine, leave him, we'll tidy up later.
Yeah.
And then when I sat back and I thought, and I was like, it's not what I thought going into it was going to look like, but that's what it is, and I had it, and I was lucky enough that I could be there and we could be a part of it.
Yes, that's right, and he was happy. That's the main thing.
And like you said, that was our stay and play. It wasn't what everybody else's looked like, but it was ours, and I was there, and it's my memory. So
exactly. And every year, I mean, I'm a little bit further on. My oldest is at school now, so I've done that. I've been there, and it was a little bit disappointing, but yeah, you just got to remind yourself that it's your memories as well, and they're happy, they're enjoying themselves, they're having the time of their lives. They don't look at other children and think, I'm not doing what they're doing. All they're worried about is throwing oats everywhere and having a great time, and you know, it does get better, and the kids get more involved as they get older, so it's not always going to be like that either. And sometimes you really, I'm very selfish in the sense that I love it because I get to enjoy it so much more because it's slow. Whereas with my youngest, she's excited by something, and then we've moved on to the next thing, and she's developing and growing and changing, which is beautiful. But there's a beauty in the slowness of your child developing at a slightly slower rate, and taking in their wonder and their enjoyment and their growth, because it is slower, and so it's easier to take it in. I think that's what I'm trying to say, and enjoy it a bit more, because we always say, like, you know, what is it they say, the days are long but the years are short, and they are. But with our children, with some children, autistic children, it's both, and it's nice to be able to enjoy that.
I feel like because this is my second time around, obviously, I've learned to slow down and take it in, whereas the first time I was trying to get everything right, and I was trying to navigate a whole different world that other like my friends and stuff had been through with their kids. Mine was different, but I was still trying to go 100 miles an hour. But with him, I'm like, no, let's slow down, let's take it in, and like you say, you get a wee bit longer.
I don't know half the time. I really don't know.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
It is really hard, and especially I don't know about you, but we don't wrap. We don't wrap presents, but I think this year we might start to, because my youngest is starting to get to that age, because she's just turned 4, and she's really, like, she's had a birthday party this year and really been into like unwrapping presents, and also like it's again trying to keep that balance, because my oldest, if she walks into wrapped presents, she's just going to walk by them because there's nothing there to get her attention. It's all looks the same. Whereas my youngest would come in and be like, oh my God, presents, because the excitement is there. So it's trying to keep that balance. So I think this year we'll do sort of half and half. But yeah, I don't know. What do you do?
So normally we wrap, because my oldest daughter, she has been an unwrapper from kind of day dot. My son naps his birthday a couple of weeks ago, and she ended up helping him, and then it got to like, I think it was like the next day, and there was still 2 presents that needed unwrapped. So I think what I'm going to do is not wrap his stuff and just explain to her that Santa's not wrapped his stuff, because Santa knows that he's not into unwrapping, and build what we can build for him and have things open for him so that he can go straight in. And I also think it'll be good because it means that while he's playing with his stuff, I can focus on her.
Yes,
because if I kind of jump between the two of them, whereas I would need to open his stuff for him while she's opening hers, and then I wouldn't be watching her. And I feel like she's at an age where she's very much aware of
your attention,
how much attention she's getting and stuff. And having kids that are autistic, or I feel that he does get more, like he needs more care, more support, and she does feel it, and she is at that little age, and she totally gets it, and she'll just say things to me like, I know it's not his fault, and I know he needs more care and he needs more time, but I do too, and I like her feeling comfortable enough to let me know
I think that's fantastic.
That
she's advocating for herself with sometimes the person that we're the most scared to advocate, you know, our parents.
And she's so lovely about it. It's not like she like
stomp her feet
and go, you don't love me or anything like that. It's more like, I know you're busy with him, but so I think that would be a good idea, will be to have his stuff all sitting there ready to go, unboxed, even out.
Yes, that's what we're planning as well.
Focus on her unwrapping her stuff, because she'll be buzzing to see what Santa got her. Nobody didn't get her, because I'm sure I've got everything on the list. But I did struggle with toys this year, and I feel like I can take him to a toy shop and he'd literally run up and down the aisles. And even if you take some toys off that light up and make noises and whatever, he would just run by it unless it really grabbed his attention. So, you know, the other day we had I'd sellotaped a empty toilet roll tube onto his soft plate, and he was feeding pom-pom balls through it into a cup at the bottom, and I thought, there's a toy we could have made.
Absolutely.
Cost me
I don't know, have you seen those TikToks where it's like just getting my toddler's stocking ready, and there's like the remote control and a toothbrush and you know, basically the things around the house that they're more interested in. Well, my oldest is the same. She loves to line things up, and even when we go like to a toy store, for example, she would collect. I used to call her like she was like a wee borrower when she was a kid, and also because she bum shuffled, she didn't crawl, so she was able to get about with like things that she had collected, and so she would go into a toy store and she would collect things, and then she would literally just sit on the floor and start lining them up. And usually I'll just leave her for a little bit because she's not in anybody's way, and people tend nowadays to just kind of, well, in my experience, people tend just to, they might look, but they'll just walk on by, especially in a toy store, like, you know. So I struggle with that too, because she's not necessarily interested in what the things are, but to her it's a collection of things, and then she'll sit down. So for example, this year we've kind of run with that and got sort of figurines and things that come in multi-packs, because that's what she loves to do. So I'm hoping that that's gonna hit the button and she's going to enjoy it.
And I think a lot of times you would automatically go to the age selection and you would click on look for his age group. I'd be like, for 3 and 4 year olds, and then I'm looking at it going, he would not be interested in any of that stuff. Sometimes I've got to take it right back to like baby toddler stuff, or sometimes I take it forward. Like this year I've bought him something I would say is more geared towards older kids, slightly older, and I know he's going to absolutely love it. So it's about, you know, not letting what
marketing dictate. I think I'm a big advocate for stage, not age. Massive advocate for that, and always have been, even to the point my oldest is 6, she's nearly 6.5, and half of the toys and things that we got her were puzzles and VTech and you know that like toddler toys, because she likes to play, and she's completely non-verbal.
Marketed towards toddlers.
Yes, marketed towards toddlers, because I know, and I just throw the rule book out the window, because why should I be going, well, she's 6.5, and you know, I mean, even her granny was asking, what do I get her, and I said, look, let's go shopping, and we did, and I found the most beautiful blanket and metallic cushion and things like that. So I just know that she's going to love that. It'll be on her bed all the time, and she loves to sit on her bed and read and jump and all that sort of stuff. So it's throwing that rule book out, because you wouldn't normally buy that for a 6-year-old. You'd maybe wait for a teenager who wants to do up their bedroom or something. And I just thought, you know what, she's just going to love that from a sensory perspective, from a coziness, from a comfort, even from smell. Like obviously it's going to come from Granny's house, so it will probably smell of Granny and that kind of thing. So I just think it takes time though. Like I'm 6.5 years in, and I feel like this is the first year that I've cracked it. So and
that's the set back to the same again of you know, it's okay to sit and amongst all this stuff that's going on this year and at this time of year, and the stress and all that goes on with it, and then you get hit with that, and sometimes it's a kick to the gut where you're kind of like, well, I can't just walk into a toy shop and pick anything off the shelf that is marketed for their age group. And it's okay to feel them emotions, go through it, and then just sit back and think, but it's about what's good for my child.
Exactly.
And what they're going to like.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and I know come Christmas Day that he'll probably play with boxes and whatever rather than the toys, but hey.
Yeah, but then the boxes will go in the bin and the toys will still be there.
Yeah.
And then you've got the excitement all over. We'd love to know what Christmas looks like in your house. If you've got any sort of traditions that you as a neurodiverse family have created, and comment below and let us know, and we'd love to sort of have a chat about it and really get a bit of an insight into what you do, because we've shared. Thank you again for listening.
Yep,
and we shall see you next week.
Yep.